wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. 7-fit flex on the jacks on that.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome in. Welcome in. We're waiting on ADDY-BUG to come in. This is ADDY-BUG's time. We are going to talk about dog breeding and the truth behind what actually goes on when breeding dogs and the mistreatment of dogs from breeders. So while we wait on ADDY-BUG to come in, let's kind of jump into this a little bit. I'm going to pull up a couple of videos. The dark side of dog breeding encompasses unethical practices that prioritize profit over animal welfare, resulting in significant suffering for both breeding dogs and their offsprings. These practices include puppy mills and backyard breeding, which often involve poor living conditions, overbreeding, and inadequate health care. I wonder, what is overbreeding? Like, how do you overbreed? Overbreeding, wow. And then I see one here, a buyer beware. Puppy mills. Puppy mills are commercial breeding facilities that mass produce dogs and cats for sale through pet stores or directly to consumers through classified ads of the internet. Dang. Animals in puppy mills are treated like cash crops. They are confined to squalid, overcrowded cages with minimal shelter from extreme weather. And no choice but to sit and sleep in their own. They suffer from malnutrition, starvation. Sick or dying animals receive little or no veteran care. Hello? Oh, okay. I'll drop it now. Okay. Wow. I'm trying to get my mind together so that we can talk about this. The link is in the back chat. The seller has many types of purebreds and designer hybrid breeds being sold at, oh my God. So this is saying that you have breeders who actually sell dogs at less than 6 weeks old. So that means these puppies aren't even getting the nourishment that they need from their moms. Oh, okay. There you go. The red flags. That's what we're going to get into, the red flags of breeding. The red flags of how breeders actually treat the animals that they're breeding. Some of the red flags are the sellers has many types of dogs that they're breeding and selling them even before the time that they should be sold. I'm going to bring ADDY-BUG to the stage. Hi, Addie. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. We're back. We're back again. And what we're talking about, Addie is going to fill us in on what's actually going on with these dogs and them being breeded. The reason why we're showcasing this right now is because, as we can see, ADDY-BUG has a channel. It's listed right here, ABR Kennels. And that's one of our spotlighted channels. This is also the winner of the Small Channel Talent Search on Friday. So we just wanted to kind of talk just a little bit of some of the woos and the wahs that goes on with dog breeding. Addie gonna tell us the good parts about, let's talk about the bad parts of dogs being breeded, Addie, because I see here where it says some of the red flags are sellers actually sell dogs or puppies before 6 weeks, because I know when I spoke to my Yaya, she don't sell a dog until after a year.
Mm-hmm.
So can you fill us in on a little bit the difference of selling a dog at 6 weeks versus a dog being sold at a year old? Tell us a little bit about those differences.
Okay, so let me bring over this table real quick, so I have a little bit more control. I'm multitasking at the moment.
Okay.
And there's a snag on my table. Okay, we're gonna prop this up here. I need my phone. So first and foremost, when a dog is born, unless it's being sold to another breeder who is able to know how to take care of them, you're not supposed to sell them until they're a year old. Or you can sell, I think it's a year old, I'm pretty sure. The reason is because they need to be able to lactate on their mother. The first attack, the first suction is always where all the antibiotics are for the pups. So you basically selling them early. They're not getting the nutrition they need. And on top of that, you know, there's a lot of risks. A lot of risk. You know, puppies shouldn't be on the ground for the first, until they can't be on the ground on grass, pavement, or anything until they have all their shots. It's because they're very, very prone to getting sick. Who is banging on the door? Oh my gosh. They're very, very, very prone to getting very sick. Also, their mother is going to teach them, you know, not to do this, you know, to have, it's not a bonding, but it's more of she needs, unless it's going to another breeder, no, you shouldn't sell them. Luckily, my grandmother keeps them until they're ready. She vaccinates them. She takes them to the vets to give them checkups, so they're all okay. They're all, you know, if you saw on one of her posts, she was taking which dog? I think, give me 2 seconds because I have her channel pulled up on my phone. I think it was, she took Beasley's puppies to the vet for a checkup. Now, she does, you know, make sure that, you know, all the puppies are fully vaccinated, that they're up to tier top shape before even selling them or anything like that. And, you know, it takes a lot of work. You would think that it's like, oh, the mother can do it all. No, she can't. You try having 15 babies. You try to do it, I'll tell you what, you're gonna wish you were dead. You're gonna wish you never had any children. You know?
Right.
Imagine trying to keep up with all of that, you know?
Exactly.
There's not just, you know, pressure on the mother, but, you know, it's also a lot of pressure because in the first week of them being born is one of the most stressful weeks in the whole world because they're still extremely fragile. I mean, they look like noodles. I mean, you can sit there and go back and forth, and they would be bloop, 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 bloop. Like they're not fully, they're fully formed, but you know they're tiny and frail and fragile. They're cute and sweet and adorable little creatures. And you know, coming out of the womb, they could have something neurologically wrong with them. They could have brain deformity, some type of body deformity, or they can come out and we call them stillborns. Humans call them too, but they're stillborns where they just didn't either their paws would be really pale, their face would be pale, their gums would be pale, and they just aren't breathing. Sometimes we get lucky and we're able to save them, but it takes a lot of work. 9 times in 10, when we're sitting there and we're trying to revive one, and this happens to a lot of breeders, it just isn't enough, and it's just then sitting there kind of gasping, and you don't know what much to do, so you just put it against the mother. There's a lot of, you have to be very quick with it, because the mother can't do it all on her own. One of my grandmother's litters did, in fact, give birth to 4 puppies by herself. Cleaned them, ate the placenta. I mean, it was awesome. None of her dogs had ever done that. So it was very, very, seeing that, it's like, oh, she knew what she needed to do. But at times you're going to have to help the mother out because number one, the baby can get stuck and she's either too weak. Because imagine being in labor for hours, pushing out babies after babies after babies. You're going to be weak. You're going to be very tired. So you have to sit there and help her out. You have to cut the cord. Now, yes, the mother can do that, but it's good to help to suction any fluid. Now, you don't have to do it, but, you know, in the wild, they figure that out their own. Being a breeder, you have to like suction the fluid out of their mouth. You have to make sure that you hear that first yelp. If they're not yelping / screaming, you know, it's a scary little sound, but it's adorable at the same time. Because if you don't hear that, then it means that they're either not alive or something's wrong. There are times where placenta will not come out before the baby. The baby will come out first, or flip it. The placenta comes out and then the baby. Sometimes the mothers, now this is worldwide with breeders. I don't think my grandmother has ever had this happen to her. The mother will accidentally land a pup and accidentally kill it. I don't think my grandmother's ever had that happen to her, but it is something that a lot of breeders do go through. And, you know, it's not, you can't hurt, you know, pin it on yourself and be like, oh, I should have done this and this, because it is just the way life is. Sometimes pups will be looking like they're completely fine, and the next day one of them could be looking like it's on its deathbed. It's just how the way life is. But once that first week is done, it's just perfect. You know, like you still have small fears, but you know, like, oh, okay, you know, they're doing better. You know, their eyes are gonna open soon. Like they're doing well. A lot of people, unfortunately, will help the mother out, but they won't do anything to help the babies. And by that, I mean sometimes the mother will not produce enough milk, or the babies won't get enough milk. Nothing to do with the mother or the babies. You know, that's just how life is. And you have to basically be a helping hand, make some formula, and just help the babies and stuff. And they will eat. They will eat. And if you see in the video that's being played, this litter's eyes are open, which is a good thing. They aren't born with their eyes open. Their eyes are closed, so are their ears, so they can't hear, they can't see nothing. It's weird how they get around and stuff. But they're very, very vocal, which is good. You want to be able to hear vocals. There are in situations where the mother can get sick, or even the babies can get sick. Or if you're not careful enough, the babies could get some type of disease, like parvo. Parvo kills puppies, and it is really, really sad to watch because there's not much you can do. You can IV fluids, you can try the whole lot. There's not much to do it. I mean, life is life. You got to be very careful. Even if sometimes the mother won't recognize the babies and will be confused at first if it's her first litter. But after a while, she'll get like connected to them and be like, "Oh, these are my babies. I got to take care of them."
Let me ask you, ADDY-BUG. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what was the disease you said that they can get? Let's start with
Parvo?
Yeah. What is parvo?
That is a good question. I don't know exactly. If you look up the definition, I'm multitasking at the moment. I'm doing schoolwork and doing this, which is actually quite fun.
Okay. No. Well, go ahead. Listen, we'll come back to that because that's something that we're touching on as well. But I'll just go ahead and keep talking, and I'm gonna jump off because
she jumped up before she could finish talking. Parvo is a disease. I mean, anybody can get. Any dog can get parvo, no matter the age. But they're more prone to get it when they're younger because they're I don't know the word, but they can get parvo. They can get quite a few things, or randomly, the mother's milk could get have infections, and the puppies could, get sick. There has been a few cases where an entire litter will die, and you'll have like a remaining 3. And now that's very, very that's very, very rare. I mean, I've only seen that once happen. And luckily, one of them did survive, and he's very happy and healthy. Sometimes, you could think you're doing everything right, and then you turn away for a second, and boom, it's like, what's going on? Why are these puppies sick? You panic a little bit. And you have to have a very, very strong heart and strong mind to go through that. And my grandmother does have that. She is very, very strong. One of the strongest people I know. She has the heart. She has the mentality for it. Because when I was down there, this was a while ago, and I was there, and unfortunately, some of the babies got sick. And, having to hear and watch them, slowly pass on. And before anyone goes, why don't you put them down? First off, that costs money. And when you have so many dogs on top of your bills, you have to really, really, be careful. Mind you, my grandmother is always supplied with stuff that she needs. I mean, she has IV fluids. I mean, this one has antibiotics, probiotics, everything a dog could need.
Do she get any kind of donations or anything?
Not that I know of.
But are those things that will be helpful for her to have to receive in donations?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and anything would help her out. It she she has a very, very strong heart, and this is
Yeah.
coming from somebody who also has a very strong heart with puppies.
And
But
prideful, prideful as well. Go ahead.
when these babies started passing on, it's hard. She was incredibly strong with it. I mean, I there was one day when I woke up and she had the entire litter in a bucket with a heating pad. She had to separate it from the mama. We were feeding them hourly. We had heating pads on them to try and keep them warm. I had to step out of the house and I sat on the stairs because I could not wrap my head around it because I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. Fortunately, things happen, and it happens to people too. I mean, it's not just animals go through this, people go through this. You can lose a child during birth or have a miscarriage. Like, there's babies can get sick and die, puppies can get sick and die. Luckily, we had thought that the worst was over it, and we were starting to relax because we had 3 that were surviving: Prince, Guider, and King. Fortunately, King we thought that maybe he choked on a bit of milk when we were feeding him, and he passed away in his sleep, which is peaceful. After that, I had left. I went back home. I got a phone call saying that she had to put Guider down. Guider, unfortunately, was not growing how he was supposed to. He was not growing at all. So we did put him. My grandmother did put him down. When it's stuff like that, if their eyes are open and they're able to hear, but there's something wrong with them, then we put them down. But when they're just like a teeny tiny little critter, honestly, that's thousands of dollars. It's best to leave it with the mother so it can pass away peacefully with the mom.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we did. We leave it and we let it pass away peacefully with its mother touching it, loving it, like all this. Because dogs know.
If it had to go to like a dog vet, aside for the aside of the money, if it was a dog that had to go to a vet, would it be something that a vet would be able to do to save them?
It depends on what's wrong with them.
Right.
I mean, sometimes there's just nothing you can do, and sometimes there is something you can do. You never really know. It's kind of a
Yeah.
you can't weigh it over your shoulders. You never know. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of times where emergency C-sections have to be done. And
Wow.
when that happens, it's all hands on deck. And I'm telling you, all hands on deck. Because you put the dog under.
You even have puppies that you even have the moms, even dogs go through C-sections. So
yes.
So don't get too explicit in it, but when you're a bad breeder, don't get too explicit, but bad breeders, you're saying there's pets out there as breeders where they have to do emergency C-sections on these pets.
It's wide. Even good breeders, sometimes if wrong and you see, good breeders and bad breeders would have to do emergency C-sections.
Right. So
my grandmother has had them.
Right. So with the bad breeders, basically, if you're not even a good breeder where you're taking care of these pets in the best ability and ways that you're supposed to, that means you can even be a bad breeder and even doing C-sections on these dogs and even ruining the moms.
So when a C-section happens, the mother, goes under sleep, it kind of cuts off the oxygen to the pups. So it's all hands on deck. You have to work extremely fast to get these puppies out. Extremely, because they can't, there's no breathing.
Right.
And, you will spend hours reviving puppies. I mean, we go boom, boom, boom. We hold them securely and we kind of like toss them down. No, that does not damage them. Sometimes it will damage the brain. But it's to get their heart and their blood flow pumping. Rolling them back and forth is to get their blood and heart pumping. If you don't do it quick enough, a lot of the times the puppies die. A lot of good breeders and bad breeders go through that. Wasn't enough time. unfortunately, even sometimes worst case scenarios, the mother won't make it. Fortunately, my mother did have a dog. Her something ruptured. I don't remember what. She had an emergency C-section, and not a single puppy survived. Along with that, whatever ruptured, unfortunately, we had to put that dog down, which really, really struggled with my grandmother. But it's the good and the bad that does happen. You know, there's no telling what's going to happen when giving birth.
Right.
You know, see signs and you'll be like, oh, that's a little strange. I've never seen that before. Ooh, I wonder what's going on. That's weird. And, you know, you'll just kind of wait it out to see. And what a lot of people don't understand is even if you see this, this, and this, and this, you never really know for sure. And, you know, risk moving her while she's in labor can be traumatic. I mean, she could pop a baby out outside and you can be like, where'd that come from? Why is this here? You get confused and you get concerned. The main thing that we check a lot of the time while they're in labor or after labor is their temperature. Over and over and over again, we check the temperature because they have a high temperature, something's extremely wrong. And it's, you know, it could affect the baby. So you have to really be cautious. And a lot of breeders, you know, they'll be with a lot of bad breeders will be great when the babies are being born. They'll be amazing. But they won't treat the dogs correctly.
And before you go on, ADDY-BUG, let me tell Jim, thank you so much, Jim. Jim just said that he made sure that he subscribed to the channel. We appreciate you, Jim Rockford. He's always on the go because he's a busy, he works hard. So I just wanted to let Jim know that I definitely appreciate him as being one of my men in the man cave. And thank you so much, Jim. I definitely appreciate you flying in. Thank you for always taking any kind of moment out of your time to even show any kind of support. I definitely appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Okay, go ahead, ADDY-BUG. I just had to let you know that Jim did subscribe, and we definitely appreciate him. And that is one of our men on the Men of the Man Cave, baby. You gotta know it. Thank you, Jim. Okay, go ahead, ADDY-BUG.
Sorry, hold on, give me seconds. Okay, sorry. They're, you know, they could, you know, do really, really kind to when the puppies are stuff. But you can see the difference between a very happy and healthy dog to a mistreated dog. The dog that I'm not going to yell out any names because I'm not like that. You know, do better. The dogs that my grandmother got from another breeder for us, Beckley, my the Great Dane, the weird one, the one I'm training.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she is a skittish dog.
We
don't know why.
When you say skittish, what do you mean skittish?
Scared. She'll like kind of hover, tail tuck sometimes.
Oh, so right there, that's a sign.
You can tell when a dog is being mistreated.
That's a sign of mistreatment.
Skinny, scared, they're afraid, they back up away from you. If they pee, they like do little, and when they cover down the pee. Now, mind you, some dogs just do that because they do it, you know, but that could be a sign. And, you know, just weird behavior. And with dogs like that, it's very, very, it can be a little scary because you don't know how the dog's going to react.
Right.
None of my grandmother's dogs are like that. They're all amazing.
Yeah, you can tell they're happy dogs. I mean, we're looking at one of the videos. This is my Yaya for anybody out there that's tuned in and watching and interested. And she's the owner of ABR Kennels. And what she do is she breed dogs, and she take those dogs and she teach them, and she allow them to stay with mom. And, you know, she teach these dogs mannerisms and so forth, and make sure that they're healthy and they're literally prepared to be sold and bought. And she do an extensive check in order for you to get these dogs. She put a lot of time in it, a lot of effort in it, and she keeps these dogs for a year. Some of the red flags that ADDY-BUG is referring to, it's also written here. The seller has many types of breeds, and they have a tendency of selling these dogs less than 6 weeks old. My Yaya at ABR Kennels, he don't sell dogs to over a year. Hey, Addie, what about dogs? Is it okay when they're sold at 6 months?
I mean, yeah,
Okay, long as they're
as
not
long
like,
as long as they're walking around, their eyes are open, they're playing, they can eat dry food, they have their vaccine, they're healthy, like. But you you always got to be really cautious.
yeah.
So a lot of
And
things can go wrong.
right. Another one of the red flags I'm showing here to look at it say breeders who are reluctant to show potential customers the entire premises on which animals are being bred and kept. So can you hit on that a little bit for us, ADDY-BUG?
Ooh, queen. The environment in which a dog is being breeded or raised in is something that is very, very important. Okay, you have to wait. You have to wait after one heat cycle to breed. You can breed on the second heat cycle, but if it is a nasty, gross, disgusting place, I'm gonna tell you something. Them puppies are gonna be diseased, quite possibly. The parents could be skittish. They could be weird. They could be aggressive. My grandmother has an amazing setup. I mean, amazing setup. Everything's clean. Everything's tidy. I mean, they have room to run, and a lot of times some breeders don't even allow their dogs to run. They'll have a legit area that is the size of, well, not over here, but like here, like this big for a house. And and on top of that, some breeders just, there's
They
probably
don't
breeders
care.
out there who let them wallow their own crap.
So you're saying they're basically, honestly, they're nasty, disgusting, dirty breeders that basically abuse animals, and they put a dollar sign on their foreheads, and they don't have very good care. They don't teach these dogs manners. They separate these dogs from their moms less than 6 weeks old, and it's only about the money. And when you go to a dog breeder and they don't want to show you, where they're keeping the dogs at, how they're housing these pets, that's a red flag. That means you need to either you need to get back there or get animal shelter in. If you notice that there's a red flag anywhere, send animal care. Send animal care out to them and have someone that's licensed to take action. The first bit of action that we can take with breeding dogs and making sure that we don't have breeders out there that's abusing dogs, mistreating their power of privilege, because it's a privilege thing and they abuse their power behind it. If you see stuff like that, say something. These dogs, unlike people, even though people, when a person is being abused and they can't speak, imagine once you speak to them, they can tell you. But these pets, they cannot speak back to you. They can bark. You can look at them. And don't be mistaken. You got some dogs that might be well taken care of, but that doesn't mean they're not being abused. So we have to take care of them as well. Breeders who don't ask a lot of questions of potential buyers. What would you say about that, Addie?
Ask your questions, please. Get to know the breeder. Get to know the lifestyle and stuff. Something I also want to add real quick is, if you see pictures of like the mama dog and they have scars on them, please, please, please do not take that as a downfall. Dogs get into fights. They get caught in stuff. They get boo-boos. Get over it. That is not defined. Yes, they're going to fight. It's a dominance thing. The females are, hormones are everywhere. They're angry. They're BTICH. They're like a human. Okay? They're everything. I have dogs. My dogs got scars. Well, few of them have scars from fights or, trying to mess with like the weed whacker. My dogs love to mess with. They try and bite the thing. It's so random. It's like, dude, you're gonna get cut. Back up.
Because my cat do that.
Oh my god, my dog does it, and I was like, you have a bloody lip now. Are you insane?
Yeah, they done. The bubble wrap Like when you order something from Amazon and they put the stuff in the bubble wrap, my cat like to bite on the bubble wrap and feel like let it rub the like the pointy edge. She like it to rub on his neck and stuff like that. So what Addie Bug is saying is, yes, we need to have, hey, pay attention to the red flags with these furry pets. Pay attention. However, if you see dogs have little minor scars and stuff on them, that's not always a red flag, but still pay attention, because us as humans, imagine, people won't believe it, I'm always running into stuff. And when I wear flats, I'm always like tripping. That's why I like my heels, because I literally trip, with wearing flats. So she's saying that there's a lot of red flags, but there's some things that's not a red flag. And that's what we're here to teach you, what the red flags are to seeing a dog that's coming from a breeder, and when you need to step in and call animal control. One of the other things is, and ask questions, walk on the premises, ask to see where the dog's at. Look at the mom. Let's see how the puppies and the cats and stuff, let's see how they interact with the mom. Let's see how the owner of the breeder, let's see how the animals even interact with them. Because if you're a bad breeder, the animal's not gonna want to interact with them. They're not gonna want to be bothered. One of the other things, no guarantees. Responsible breeders make a commitment to take back the pet at any time during the animal's life, no matter the reason. So when you got those breeders that don't want those pets back, what would you have to say about that, Addie?
Well, first off, my grandmother has a return policy. Once she gives you the puppy, you have to sign stuff. You have to, if you want the dog to use the dog for breeding, you have to sign stuff for her. You cannot sell the dog. If you do that, you have to bring the dog back. And if there has been what in the world? I got a job. Yes. Okay. Sorry. See, I just got a job offer. Oh my gosh.
Oh, good.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I just breathe.
Yeah. Let us know what's going on over there.
Here are the available. What? Oh, that's wrong. What like Chevrolet? What? Hold on. Give me a sec.
Okay, while you're doing it, I'm gonna keep reading. They say, because puppy mills and backyard breeders choose profit over animal welfare, their animals typically do not receive proper veterinarian care. Animals may seem healthy at first, but later show issues like congenital eye and hip defects, parasites, or even the deadly parvovirus. That's what it's called, parvovirus. So we need to make sure, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. We only wanted to do a quick, like 30 minutes on here, because we will come back to this. Because I do also have other questions. And when we come, we're going to try to bring my Yaya in, which at times she can come in and she'll be a lot more detailed onto what actually goes on, other red flags that you can look out for if you're purchasing any of your furry pets and friends and family members to your home. She'll be able to give you a broader enlightenment of it.
We can keep going. I got time. We can keep going. I got time if you want to.
Okay. I'll give it a few more minutes, because I also wanted to get back into talking about the bullying that you also go through. So if you wanted to wrap up about, what we're talking about with dogs and how the breeders are there any other red flags for now that you want to tell us about?
How the breeder communicates to you is a very big red flag. If they aren't giving you weekly updates on the pup or daily updates, back out. Also, I'm gonna be 100%. If they send you pictures of the mother, after the pups are giving birth, do not say that she's a bad breeder because of how the mom looks. Once the mom has given birth, she's gonna look horrible. She's gonna be covered in green gluck and blood and yuckiness. She's gonna look skinny. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't define. Oh, Mr. Chunkers. You can't define how the mom looks after birth, but give it a few days and stuff. But again, if the breeder's not constantly keeping you up to date, leave. Unless you know the breeder really well and you've had dogs from it from before. Do what you want, but do look into stuff. Make sure, like, oh, um, there is, they're certified. I forgot called um, something something registered. You want to make sure that these are legit breeders too. Do not do some breeder that you found on uh, the back of your back house, side street road thing. Do your research, please. And yeah, just be cautious. But if you want a Great Dane, my grandmother's dogs are impeccable. They always turn out so pretty and beautiful and amazing. So,
Yes. And you can look at these dogs here. This is Maggie. And you can look at Maggie. You can see how she's there. She's making herself available. I mean, if you're purchasing a dog, like Addie said, you want to make sure that whoever that breeder is, they keep in contact with you. And you should be able to, I don't know, breeders that don't want to even show pictures of what they got going on. That sends a red flag to me as well. And then you want to make sure you look at their they should have a website or something like that available as well. ADDY-BUG, would you do me a favor and drop the website if you can, or if you don't have it right now, I'll make sure, drop it in the back chat, because I need to make sure that
okay, all right, give me 2 seconds and I can
don't have it
do it.
right now. No. Continue to do what you're doing, and we'll make sure, because we're going to have this breeding conversation some more. I'll make sure that once I get everything from you, I'll make sure that I put it as a banner so that we don't have to pop it in all the time. It'll already be there for you.
Okay.
Is there anything else for today that you wanted to tell us about the bag dog breeding?
No, I think I covered most of it.
Yep, for
Just
now.
be careful.
Right. So we want to make sure that we understand that when you're going out there and you're purchasing dogs from breeders, make sure that you pay attention to red flags. We're going to get more into this as time go on. I just wanted to introduce the conversation today. I wanted to introduce the conversation and let you know that we will be talking about this topic a lot more. One of the reasons why we're going to talk about this topic a lot more is because this channel, this house now, this is a home in my community, and we're going to make sure that people understand what's going on in the dog world, the breeder world. This is ABR Kennels, and we can't wait to talk to my Yaya, who is the owner of this kennel. And it's so much conversation that we're going to have. I'm gonna also get some things together. I'll find out. ADDY-BUG and my Yaya will send me something to let me know what are some acceptable. So we can write that down, ADDY-BUG, whenever you get a chance. What are some acceptable donations? Because we also want you to know that donations are accepted. My Yaya is older, and she take care of these dogs on her own. And she take care of the dog. She take care of the mom. You know, she breed and take care of the puppies. And she keep them for a year before she sells them. So food is important. Bowls and containers are important. Treats are important. If you're in a veterinary, we find a veterinarian too that may need certain type of dogs for certain assistances. So I will make sure that I get some of these things together, because as a dog breeder, Yaya, there's a lot that she need help with. And we're going to start pushing this channel out more and more. So we want to thank you for tuning in, talking about ABR Kennels and breeding. Now, what's the dark side? The dark side to dog breeding. When you see these dogs and their rib cages are being coming from a dog breeder, and listen, even dog breeders in the backyard, those are some of the biggest red flags. Those are huge red flags. When you see puppies and dogs, their bones out, certain things around their mouth, their behaviors, always tucking their tails in, Dogs, that pets that are angry when they're mad. I mean, and you're coming from a dog breeders that don't want to show you their kennel, they want to take you to the back, they don't want to walk you around the grounds. Make sure you pay attention to stuff like that. Those are red.
Also, note that skinny dogs aren't always bad. Let me clarify. Sometimes it's for their health. Like my dog. I do have a dog from my grandmother. Her name is Freya. She was the last dog from Harley's litter before Harley was put down. She does have a very bad deformity. Not very bad. She has a chicken wing. They need two. Actually, I have to go out here. You're going to see other dogs, but if she will behave, she probably won't because she's a little bit dumb. Alright, you want to work for me? This is Freya. Keep her skinny, not in a bad way, but we keep her. She gets fed every day, but due to her having a chicken leg and she's only walking on 3, we have to limit her feedings. If you can tell her back, hold on, let me see if I can get her to turn around. She has very strong back ends. Hi, I know you're there. But due to, her being a 3-legged dog, she can't eat too much or she could collapse. Not collapse like die, I mean collapse while she's running or walking. So again, don't wait. She's not underweight. Why am I so dark? Hello. Okay. That's weird. Sometimes it's for the greater good. So don't take the signs of how the dog acts. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't just limit, because it looks like this, that's a bad dog. Please don't do that. For the love of y'all. If y'all did that, there would be hundreds of dogs in the shelter. My dog Benny, he'd probably still be in the shelter because he was different. This dog has a limp leg. He has a leg that's shorter than the others. I have 2 dogs with deformities. I just realized that. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. And I got my dog has a broken tail. Broken when he was a baby. The mother stepped on his tail and it kind of just formed like a little check. Coolest thing. Just realized that. It's weird. Don't take that out of consideration. Mind you, sometimes if a dog does have a deformity, a puppy, sometimes some breeders will put them down because it's bad for business. Luckily, my grandmother is not like that. She had this dog. She had another dog from the same litter. He had a curly tail. Try and imagine a Great Dane with a curly tail. You can't. She had to get the tail bobbed. I think that's what get it bobbed. If you see Great Danes with bobbed tails, do not consider that as a bad breeder because sometimes it's because they had something called happy tail, which we had. Yeah, my grandmother had a dog that had happy tail. 2 dogs that had happy tail, and it is a very gross sight to see. And it gets bad. It gets bad real fast. And unfortunately, the tail has to sometimes be cut. Please don't take appearance fully in consideration. If the dog looks like it's been abused, you can see that. Just, be careful. Everything is going to be like, oh, this dog is super skinny. He must be abused. Sometimes they've either given birth or they're on a diet, for their health. You see a dog with scars, it's not always a bad thing, unless it has like giant gaping holes and that may be a little bit of a sign that there's aggression towards it. But dogs get into fights all the time, okay? It's a pack thing. So just be very, very careful, but look for the whole picture before you judge.
Right. And you know what? And we definitely thank you, Addie, for bringing this to us and letting us know that there's so much more. There's so much more to breeding. There's so much more to owning a kennel, a dog kennel. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. There's medicine that's needed, IV that's needed.
Think of it as a human. That's what I do. Think of dogs as a human, okay? You try giving birth to 15. Yeah. You try
Both-
giving birth to 15 dogs. You try to spend hours pushing them out, being exhausted, tired, just wanting to be done. You try to do it. Getting mastitis, getting sick. You try doing that after pumping out 15 puppies. You try doing it. It's a hard um and it's also just really hard in general because in breeding you can lose dogs left and right after trying for days to try and help it. And unfortunately, that's how life is. You can't. That's what I can't save them all, no matter how much you try. But you can't get. And that's what a lot of people do. They see a dog and they give up. I don't see it that way. Try instead of giving up. Because giving up doesn't always. It isn't. Why? Yes, if a dog is slowly passing, don't. And my thing, I don't like when people put down animals. I'm gonna be 100. Yes, if they're in pain, I understand that, but at the same time, why not let them die in the place where they know they're loved?
Right.
Because I had to put my cat down, and of course, I would never want that cat to suffer.
That's right.
She did what she had to do. The vet people were amazing. They understood. Like, I was a weird little thing. I sat there and I played with her tongue when she was. I'm being so dead serious with you, Queen. Her tongue was sticking out, and I was sitting here crying, and I'm sitting here smiling, and I'm like.
Right. I definitely understand that. I get
so
it. It's funny, but it's also hurtful.
Oh yeah, it's not easy losing something.
It's very hurtful.
Yeah.
Is it raining where you're at?
Hmm?
Is it storming where you're at?
It was raining earlier. The sky's a little dark. But I have dogs up, so I have them up. So they're good.
When I tell you it's storming here, I'm in Palm Beach County. It's raining so bad, it looks like it's about 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, lucky.
You don't hear the thunder?
No, I do, and that's why I'm lucky.
Yeah. So I'm wondering. So I must not. My system is freezing.
You're so lucky.
Why, you like the rain as well?
I love when it storms. Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love
except for when the power goes out.
Right. That's why I'm trying to preserve. I'm like, oh my God, I got that infinity or something. And I'm like, Lord, please don't let the Wi-Fi go out.
I don't care about Wi-Fi. I cannot give a crap about my Wi-Fi. It's the lights and the wind and the air.
I need it because if my Wi-Fi go out, then my live is gonna end, and then I can probably try it on my phone. But that's why I'm trying to go through the conversation because it's raining so bad. I'm surprised you don't hear the thundering. And I'm like,
I heard it. I've heard it.
It's thundering bad. So we're gonna definitely continue this conversation. But I do want to. We're gonna come back to the dog breeding because I want to get deeper into that. It's interesting to me because I know a guy, someone that I knew in my past. She had a family member that owned a dog, and the dog was so damn scared of this man until I'm like, it's almost like a kid to me. I hate to see children so afraid of their owner.
Mm-hmm.
Not so afraid of their parent or a family member. And it's the same thing with a dog or a cat, a pet. I hate to see that. And this particular person, was saying how the dog would walk in the room and the person would take his feet and just kick the dog, like, get out of my way. Even though the dog is sitting there first. Like stuff like that. Yeah, like even with my cat, I used to go in the room and I would see my son and he would have his feet on my cat. Even though trouble like that, I used to say, no, get your feet off of him. Because stuff like that, it's like, no. The same way I take care of my brownie cakes, I don't want my brownie cakes to be scared of people. I want my brownie cakes to know that she will get a pow, or she need to know that she will get on punishment and she'll get things taken away from her. But she's not here to be abused. She's not here to be abused, and she's not here to be beat up on. And that's what we need to understand about these pets as well. If you don't want your pets, give them to the wild, give them to animal shelter, give them to someone else. If you have these dog kennels, pet kennels, whatever kind of kennel you have for an animal, you are going to be exposed. And I feel like they should start being exposed for mistreatment. Just like we expose people for abusing children and elderlies and people. We need to be holding these kennels accountable as well for abuse.
So think of it this way. A dog is a child. A cat's a
Right.
child. That dog can turn on you, and so can that cat. So you might want to get on its good side. Because I have a dog breed that is used in the military. I got 2 breeds. I got a Dutch Malinois Shepherd, and I have 2 Germans. I know better. Now, mind you, I don't hit my dogs. I'll give them a light little on their nose. They're doing something they're not supposed to. I don't hit my dogs. You crazy? That dog can kill me. Like, I'm good.
Right.
I want to keep my bones. But do you?
Right.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, some people don't understand that. Mistreating these pets and stuff like that. And what they got to understand is these dogs actually can be very vicious. Like they say, that saying that says, kick a dog in the ass too many times, eventually he will bite. Because pets, these dogs have their own natural reactions. And when they don't fight you back, it's because they're trying to respect you.
Hold on. I'm gonna get Blue real quick. I'm gonna just.
They're honestly trying to respect you. And I'm looking here.
See? If you get a dog, no. I just switched over there. Come back. I'm gonna drug you. Let me fix the camera so y'all can see better. Now, my dogs, they do have. Ow! I want my finger. They do have shock collars on them. Why? Because they like to charge the fence. That's a protection thing. Get a dog's trust, and you can do anything. I can sit here and I do this to her, and she does not care. But if you abuse your dogs, they're gonna try and kill you. Trust me. One of these days. I mean, can you not go? She's not listening right now. Blue. Hold on, give her a sec. Come here. See? Shake. Good girl. Like, if the dog trusts you, you can do anything to her. Absolutely anything. Okay. It's a trust thing. If you don't trust the dog, it's going to try and hurt you. Now, dogs may nip playfully because I get nipped playfully by all my dogs. Mostly my dog, Beckley. Which, if I can bring her in, I'll show y'all what I mean. Can you go be put up? Or are you going to stare at me? Give me 2 seconds, let me put her up, and I'm going to go grab my dog Beckley to show you the nipping that I'm talking about. Okay. Come on. Come on. Good girl. That's ready to go. Good baby. Good girl. Gabby shows you how. Look at the parents when you have to sit. You talked all day. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mom's calling. Hello? Why is she in the call? Sorry about that. My mom called me. Okay, so this is Beckley. Just going to show what I mean. She's chaotic. Beckley. She's already trying to nip me a little bit, but she'll put her hand in my mouth. Not to hurt me, but to be like, hey, touch me, like I'm here. And again, like I can do whatever I want to her. I can pull her skin, touch her butt. Why are you so wet? Once you earn a dog's trust, do anything. Ow! That hurt. Understand if you get what I'm saying. I need you to calm down. Stop. Stop. You're fine. Can you sit? No? Go to your kennel. Go low. Go low. You're gonna break. Go low. Like, that was just a mere definition. A little show, like, get your dog because they can hurt. But so I gotta say,
I told you. You didn't go nowhere. I shut down. The power went out.
oh, did it really? I was like, where'd she go?
It's storming here. It looked like it's 8 or 9 o'clock here, and it shut. And I felt it too. When it was about to go out, it was nothing flickered. When you were talking, you were pulling the dog in, trying to show me, and something in my soul said the power about to go out.
Yeah.
And it went out just like that. And I had to wait a few minutes for the Wi-Fi to come back up. And I'm like, so I started checking my thing. I did a video today, ADDY-BUG, about it was this big black bird at the great. Did you see it? Oh yeah, you did. ADDY-BUG, did you see have you ever seen a bird black like that with it was so
yes, queen.
I've never seen it before. Huh? Oh.
I'll call you back.
Yeah,
she keeps trying to call me and she keeps getting interrupted every time.
It's okay. It's okay. Because listen, I'm gonna jump off anyway. I wanted to talk about the bullying, but I don't think we're going to be able to get to it because it's thundering so bad here. I'm like, of all the days where I'm sitting here and I'm ready to enjoy my conversation with ADDY-BUG. I mean, because I'm literally enjoying it because you know what I did, Addie? I didn't take anything off of my schedule. I learned to relax. I learned to relax. I learned to relax because I got a bigger cause now. And my bigger cause for me is to make sure that we get this Men Only Live right, that we grow this small channel talent search, that we grow these small channels, that we make sure my Yaya and ABR kennels get out there. We got to make sure Snaky get out there. We got to make sure that Tiger Brad Matter. We have to make sure that these small channels get up in the algorithm and make sure that they get floated out there with help. Why? Because nobody's going to help us if we don't help each other. So I had to refocus myself. I had to focus myself and say, okay, if I'm doing this full time, I got to make sure my schedule is where it need to be at. And that means me going to other places, bringing you along with me, bringing everybody, making sure that you all can stream because you got to get your watch time hours. That's why I need you. Keep doing what you're doing with these shorts. You're going to get to a place where we're going to have to drop more. Just drop them. Even if you just drop 4 a week, 3 a week, make a schedule of how many you're going to drop because I'm doing whatever I can to make sure that they get pushed out there. I'm going to keep doing what I have to do. And I want to make sure that we get these donations. You're going to send me something so I can even start doing something to show the donations that's required. What I want you to do, I'll text you because what I want you to do is send me something. And that's going to be the full name, the phone number, and what some of the address and some of the needs. And then I'll get a post together so that we can start pushing this kennel out there and letting people know everywhere that healthy animals are being breeded in a healthy facility, in a loving facility, in a facility that's priding on making sure that you get the best breeded dogs. And my job is to make sure that ABR kennel get pushed out there. And we're going to do it. I promise you're going to do it. But I also, Addie, I want you to come back because honestly, it's very, very, very important to me that you start talking about the bullying. That's been on my list for a while. But now that I got my schedule more put together, I got my line the way it need to be. I need to make sure that we talk about bullying in schools because it's a young lady, ADDY-BUG, that I want you to start talking to. She's younger, and it's some things that.
Hello.
Okay. And then I write it again. Oh, where's your at?
I'm cleaning up music, so I'm working with music
Okay. Where does the laptop belong?
in my study.
So we want to make sure that we get these bad breeders out the way. We want to make sure that we showcase ABR kennels. We want to make sure that we showcase a lot of the small channels so that everybody can grow together. And if you're growing in one area, you need help in another, all of us can pull together and make sure of that. So today's live was very, very good. What we talked about was the dark side to dog breedings at these kennels. Not all kennels that you go to that breed dogs are in line. When you start seeing red flags, when you see things that you don't know, that you know for a fact isn't right, seeing dogs with their bones out and scared and bruises and stuff everywhere on them, we need to make sure that we pay attention to stuff like this. We're going to be talking more and more to ABR kennels. The more we talk to ABR kennels, that's going to be us finding out the good, the bad, the ugly, the dark, and the indifferent when it comes to dog kennels and breeding. So y'all make sure y'all look forward to that. We also are going to come back to you. We're going to talk about bullying in the teen world.
Hey, Queen.
Huh?
I gotta go. My mom just gave me a chore that she needs me to get done. So if you go live tonight, I'll be there. You already know. So
I'll finish this.
Hello.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, Addie. So we want to make sure in this kennel world, let's just make sure that we start paying attention to the red flags. We're going to talk more about it. ABR Kennel is a highlighted channel for me, or a highlighted channel / home for me. And we'll make sure that we'll be highlighting her a little bit more. And we are going to be looking for donations. If you can donate to this kennel. I mean, you got a healthy kennel and they will ship. This is your girl, Queen Dee Dee, when Dee Dee said it. I say like, share, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything else, come back. I'm about to talk about either Carmelo Anthony or Anton Massey. Make sure you subscribe or just get to know me, whichever one. Thank you so much, Jim. I definitely appreciate you flying in. Thank you, ADDY-BUG, for being our guest and talking about the ins and outs. And we're just getting started.
They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. 7 fit flex on the jacks on that.